Welcome everybody to Be a Pro podcast. Today I'm with my guest, Troy Reeder, Delaware Blue Hen. Let's clap it up for my dog. Yes, sir. Welcome,
Sir,
welcome,
thank you.
welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, let me tell you this. Undrafted, right? I'm always rooting for the undrafted. I'm telling you, I'm always rooting. Not even, well, you went to Delaware, one, and you're undrafted. So I'm always rooting for the underdog. So I'm gonna start by saying, like, you went to Penn State first. You had a full scholarship. You had a full scholarship to Penn State, and you had a lot of offers. You could have went to Miami. You could have went basically anywhere. You went to Penn State. You redshirted. You balled your redshirt freshman year, and then you left.
I know.
Why did you transfer? Like that's why I was like, oh, why did you transfer? And you know, you can tell us you're a pro now, so you ain't got to hold back while you leave. Why did you leave?
I mean, honestly, I've told it a million times, but you know, and maybe you might be one of the only people that understand, but I grew up around Delaware football, and when I was coming up, like, it was you out on the field with Andy Hall and Jermaine Bennett, Mondo Davis, like that. To me, like, I didn't understand the difference between a Penn State and an Alabama and Delaware.
Oh, wow.
Like, I thought it was all the same. Like, when you guys won the national championship, I didn't even know that was 1AA. You know, I'm in second, third grade. Like, that was big time football, and I grew up in love with it. And it wasn't until I started getting older when I realized that difference. But you know, I went off to Penn State, playing football. You know, it's hard to have a good experience if you don't love the ball there. And
no doubt.
And really, I was playing a lot. I had a lot of success, and you know, something still just felt like I wasn't being fulfilled. And I was, you know, my mindset was, you know, I've loved this game for as long as I could remember, and you know, if I only had 3 years left to play, which would have been hopefully worst case, was where did I want to do it, and how did I want to do it? And my brother, right after my redshirt freshman year, committed to Delaware with some big offers as well, and he wanted to be a big fish in a small pond and play a lot. And you know, that opportunity for me to come back and play right away, transferring, not have to sit out a year, was, you know, tough to not do, in my opinion. And
was
a
you
lot of
homesick?
people didn't understand that. No, I wasn't homesick. It could have been anywhere, but you know, my dad played there. I don't know if you knew that.
Yep. Yeah, of course. I know your father. We talk a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So my dad played there, and you know, it was just a perfect storm. I had a couple injuries up at Penn State that, you know, I just felt like, you know, I was getting nagged with this, nagged with that. Got sick with my apartment had black mold in it. I was sick for a month before they figured that out. Like, it was just everything that was going on. And then with Colby committing to Delaware, I just kind of call it the perfect storm.
Yeah.
And you know, a few times in my life I've had to make a tough decision like that, and I've always trusted my gut, and you know, I think it worked out. So yeah.
So Colby plays linebacker too, right?
He does. Yes.
So you got the chance. Did you have a chance to play next to him? Did he start when you?
Okay. He did. He was a CAA Rookie of the Year my junior year, when he was a freshman, and then had a really good sophomore year too, my senior year. So it was awesome. You know, he was outside, I was inside. He's making the move inside now that I'm gone, and you know, it was really cool.
That's what's up. So right now you got 139 tackles career-wise, 3 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Those 3 sacks came in one game.
Yes, they did.
It came in one game. Not many people have that success early. And one thing I can say, just watching you play, when I see 51 got a nose for that football. It's like see ball, get ball. Sometimes I'm looking, I'm like, damn, break down, Troy, break down. But you just go. I like it though. You just go.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that was your best game?
I think that was my best statistical game the 3-sack game. That was I started a bunch of games my rookie year.
Yeah.
But in a role that was it really kind of tough to get in the groove. I'd go 1 week and play 50 snaps. The next week would play 10. The next week wouldn't play at all. The next week play 65. And it was just, it's hard to get in that rhythm. And, that's kind of how I felt this year, playing a bunch of special teams early, being ready when my opportunity came, got that game. And, you take out the 3 sacks. I had a lot of tackles, but I still
had about 11, 12 tackles.
I knew I just felt like I left some plays out there that,
you absolutely did.
Physically needed
I was watching. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, that game just slows down the more you play. And, the last 2 months, I got about 8 starts in a row.
Yep. 8.
And playing all 3 downs. And, each game I come away with something little that, I pick up in my own game or in an opponent's offense that I'm like, damn, all right, I'm never making that mistake again. Or, you're just growing every week. And
absolutely. So my question to you is like, you preparing for Aaron Rodgers this week?
Yep.
So how are you studying? Because, as that was one of my flaws, like earlier on in my career, I didn't know how to study. And I wish I had someone to teach me how to study the quarterback, how he move. What is he looking at? Is he trying to move me off the spot? Is he staying there? And I didn't have anybody to really just sit down with me like, hey, this is how you watch film. Like, do you have that in the locker room? And if not, how are you studying?
I definitely rely on like a lot of my coaches for stuff like that. One, I think probably the biggest factor in how I kind of study came from Eric Weddle last year, who I'm sure you've crossed paths with.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Fellow safety.
Yeah.
But, I just saw a guy that was, he was 10 plus years in, wasn't maybe the same guy physically that he was back in his heyday, but man, he just constantly put himself in the right position and got all 10 other guys in the right position, including me, and that was, it's funny because, the way he talks and I'm sure it got like that for you with rookies is like, they look at you like, you don't know that? And I'm like, man, and 9 months ago, I was playing against William and Mary in front of 1,000 people. Like, no, I don't know that. Like,
no, I don't know.
He was hard on us, because he expected us to know as much as he did with his 10 plus years of experience. It brought us along fast, and you learn like different things from different position groups. I mean, Aaron Donald is, he's just watching. He's a quiet guy, but he's so prepared every week. Michael Brockers is a 9-year guy, and he's telling me stuff in the huddle like, hey, watch the tight end. If he's tanked up in the line, like he's not coming back, stuff like that. You pick up little things from, what's cool about being a linebacker is you're involved in everything. Yeah. And part of that is, exactly. So you got to know it all. But, Aaron Rodgers, definitely probably one of the toughest guys I've had to prepare for, just because you
didn't play him last year, right? Yeah, rookie. You didn't. This is your first time.
Yes.
And you're going to Lambeau, so right now it's going to be about 35 degrees.
Yep.
Which I know you ain't afraid of in Delaware. I mean, it gets pretty chilly, but it'll be about 35 and 40% chance of snow. Aaron Rodgers like that stuff. I know it.
I'm with it too. I can't guarantee. They're probably more used to it than us, but I know we got a really tough team, and we went up and played in Seattle last week, and it was cold, and I thought we played one of our best games as a team last week. So we're ready for any kind of situation, even though it was about 85 degrees here today. We were out there in short. I might got sunburned today, honestly, but
I'm hating. I'm hating. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait. I wish there were going to be fans, but it wouldn't be I mean, what else could you ask for playing at Lambeau, 20 degrees and a little bit of precipitation? I'm with it.
Yeah, I know. That's like a dream, boy. When you go in the Lambo, that's a
Yeah,
classic feel right there.
no doubt, no doubt.
But I know I got a chance to play with Aaron Rodgers at the Pro Bowl twice,
Hmm.
and he's quiet, right? And but his presence is big. He has a big presence about him. So when you
Hmm.
see him, it's like, okay, there's Aaron. There's
Yeah.
watch out, move out of the way. He goes, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? But Jared Goff, how is he? How is he holding up? I know his thumb. He struggled a little bit last week, but how's he looking? Hopefully he's better now.
Yeah, I mean he's getting better every day. The one thing I'll say about him that I think this injury has kind of made some people really admire his toughness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean this dude had thumb surgery a week before that Seattle game, and
Oh,
he wanted to play bad. It
I
wasn't
was
even a
like,
question in his mind. And I was, when I heard he, hurt his thumb, I was like, man, like he might be done. And then
yeah, that's
a
what
couple days
everybody thought.
later, he's like, I think I can do this thing. So, he's I think he's going to keep getting better. And I'm no doctor, but
Yeah.
I believe in my guy, and he's going to give it everything he's got. So
All right, let's switch gears back to Delaware. Where did you stay
go.
on campus? Where did you stay at? Or
So
did you
one
stay
year,
home?
no, I didn't stay
Okay.
home.
Okay.
Uh, so I stayed in a couple different spots. I stayed in where Beans Bakery is
The new
on
bit.
Main Street.
Oh, on Main Street.
It's in
Okay.
Yeah. So I stayed up on Main Street one year.
Partying. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. That was right in the heart of everything.
You right in
Then
the
I
heart
didn't
of
know.
it.
Then I didn't know if I could do that again. So we
Absolutely.
moved. So we moved down West Campus, kind of over by if you know where the Buffalo Wild Wings is,
Yep.
and
Yep.
so we a little further down that way, but not quite where the Retreat and the Home Depot are. But it was a good spot. We were especially my redshirt senior year. It was nice to kind of be a little more secluded.
Yeah.
We were all just so focused on it was our last shot, get this thing right, and unfortunately we didn't have the perennial years cranking out that we wanted to. But when I came back, I really wanted to be a part of turning this thing around, and we got in the playoffs.
Who was it?
Didn't make it happen.
Was it
JMU.
New JMU? Okay, yeah, it was JMU.
Yeah.
I thought it was New
So we got
Hampshire
a
for a
tough
second.
draw with a good seed. So if we would have won that, we would have played the worst of the teams with a bye. So really, if we won that first game, the second game would have been easier than the first one.
Yeah.
Just how the bracket works. But it was a great season. I wouldn't change it, but it was really cool playing in a place that I grew up going and watching some of my youth idols play in. So
No
it
doubt.
was a good experience.
So going back to Delaware, right? Your pops played
Hmm.
at Delaware. He ended up getting drafted. Well, was it Oakland? Oakland. Well, it was Oakland, Los
LA, man.
Angeles
LA
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
Los LA Raiders at the time. Then went to
Hmm.
Steelers for a stint. Did you feel any pressure? Did you feel any pressure to go to the league, or just to perform in general?
You know, it's funny when you grow up with a dad that did do it. It is kind of an expectation. I'm not
But
gonna
it's a
lie.
motivation, though, right?
It is motivation. It is
Okay.
every day. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I remember in eighth grade, um, probably for I had a dad that pushed me when I was young. I couldn't be more thankful because I didn't know what he was doing at the time. Like I scored three touchdowns in a game, should have scored four. It was just one of those things. And I remember in eighth grade for the first time, like we got in a fight, and it was just a verbal argument, but we were getting at each other. And he told me, he said, "Look,
Hold up.
I
In
know."
eighth grade, you was arguing with your father.
in 8th grade.
I gotta
snapped.
I gotta call him. I don't think I got his number anymore. You gotta give his number. I'm gonna ask him, did he whoop your ass? I would have pulled my belt out.
He
Back in the
whooped
day,
my
I would have
ass.
got my
He whooped my ass, but
oh, he
it was
did.
just yeah. I mean, he tore me up, but it was all just over. It was basically over. You know, I when you're the best in
No
eighth
doubt.
grade, it's like you don't know what else is out there. And he told me once we both calmed down was, I know what it takes to get there. And, his career was short. I mean, he barely made it.
Hmm.
So you need to do more than I do type thing. And it's not going to happen being a kid and like just a good player in CYO football in Delaware.
Yeah.
And I remember for the first time in my life, I probably thought like, I want to be just like him. I want to be better. And from then on, like I just had that, I feel like that switch just changed for me when I got to high school and I started realizing what a resource I had in him, seeking out more resources and, just wanting to be that NFL guy. I wanted to do it. But, coming to Delaware, kind of following in his footsteps and with my brother, there's a little bit of pressure, but, I never really, I always felt like my game would speak for itself and they would find you if you're good enough.
No doubt. So is it fair to say that was one of the best pieces of advice you received?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Okay. I like that. So did you ever meet Tubby Raymond, the legendary Tubby Raymond? How old were you though?
Man, I was going to game. I was a September baby, and I was going to games when I was like in October, like a month old. And I mean, you probably don't remember. You probably don't remember, but I was running around that locker room when Coach Keeler was there.
When we won the game after the games, because I know.
Jerry O was sneaking me in, hooking me up with hats and wristbands. And I probably got a couple of your wristbands, and I did all the camps. I mean, there were a couple summers I did like all 3 weeks of camps. I mean, I can name every player on that team that won the national championship. Like that place was really special to me, and that's part of the reason why it drove me back. But my dad played for Tubby.
Yep. I played for Tubby.
Being a member of the Touchdown Club, getting to meet him a bunch, and I didn't really have an appreciation of what he did until I was older and realized, this is a 300-win guy, like how hard that is to do, and to stick with one place really for just about his whole career. I mean, that's pretty special. Yeah.
Whole career. And one thing about Tubby Raymond, he would paint a picture of the captains every year, and then I think he started painting pictures of all the seniors. Yeah, every senior. Did you get a photo? No, you wasn't. I think he passed away, right?
He actually passed. In like in the middle of my junior season.
Junior year.
Yeah. So half of the guys I played with did have one of themselves.
Because I remember he tried to keep that tradition going when he stopped coaching.
He did.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was one of the dopest things, man. I love that. Even though my picture.
You remember what's yours say? What's yours say? They all had like a funny saying on them.
It did. It say, I forgot what it said. I gotta go get it. Yeah. Actually, I gotta hang mine up. I don't even have it hung up. Yeah. And that's a classic. I gotta hang mine up. Oh man, boy, Tubby Raymond, boy. He always had something. It was a saying, "Play like you can." It was always like
it always started with like Dick says. And then it was, and then he'd have the chicken up there in your face.
Yeah. That's my guy, man. So what was so make it to the NFL, undrafted, which is the hardest thing to do, by the way. So I tip my hat off to you. Nothing but respect. What was your first purchase? First big purchase.
Mm. Um,
You don't gotta think hard. We don't forget those.
I got a car.
Okay.
Got a car out here.
What kind of car?
I got a Jeep.
Okay.
So,
I like
undrafted, you didn't get that big signing bonus. So,
so you gotta
I made the team, and I was like, man, I was like asking around around the building. I'm like, yo, how safe am I? Like, am I gonna be here all year? Like, so like I gotta know, am I going to get the Honda Civic, or am I getting the souped up Jeep? Like, what am I getting? Because I'm like
well,
in September.
people don't realize like when you sit in that room, right, and you sit in the linebacker room, and you just start or DB room, you just start counting like, I know he gonna make the team. He gonna make the team. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think they keep it 9. I can make it. I just gotta beat him out. You just point. Oh man, this I can't imagine that, bro. And what would you say like September?
You're playing. So in September, your first game's like you make the team the end of August.
Yeah.
Your first game is, mid-September. I think it was like the 13th.
Yeah.
Your
like
second game is September 20th, and then, you don't get, at least the way we do it, you don't get paid, and we get paid bi-weekly. So I really didn't get any money until the end of September. Like I couldn't go get a bed. Like I was sleeping on my buddy's twin bed until October.
Oh man.
I was like, man, I was bumming rides, and I didn't really have anything. I wanted to do it on my own. I didn't want any help from my family or anything. I just wanted to.
You wanted to grind out,
and
you wanted to go through it.
I knew eventually it was gonna hit. So, the end of September, I went and I got a Jeep. Being 3,000 miles away from home, I couldn't borrow one or anything from my family for a little while. So, I got some really good friends on the team, and I had some roommates. They were good dudes, helping me out. So then that was my first big purchase.
They usually look out. Teammates usually look out, man. That's good looking. Sure. That's funny though.
Yeah.
So you was still in the hotel?
No. So I moved out. The starting center, Brian Allen, who was it was his second year. He was a Michigan State kid. Kind of became friends in camp. He was like, dude, I got a house. I'm looking for roommates. If you make the team, come live with me. And, like I was, I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. 2 preseason games in, I played pretty well, started the third one, and, just in practice and stuff, started working with the ones on all 4 core special teams. So I had a feeling I was pretty safe. So, all I had out here was a duffel bag, so I had to have my mom ship out some more stuff for me. But yeah, I was living with him last year, and it was good stuff. It's felt like college. We had another 2 roommates, so there were 4 of us, and we were chilling. It was a good time.
I tell you what, that's the worst thing, like going all the way across the world and you don't know what to bring. Because my first year I was in San Francisco. So
right.
I was with you. I just had a duffel bag. And I stayed in the hotel as long as I could. And they had to kick me out. I had to go.
Yeah.
So I ended up
use up your 5 days, and
I used them up.
Get out of here.
Actually, it was. I think back then it was a little bit more. But I tried to stretch it as long as I could, because I was on a practice squad for the first 8 games, because I couldn't afford living in California. I couldn't afford that. I'm like, what? I was making what?
San Fran might be worse than LA.
I was making
about as bad.
Yeah, I was making $2,300 a week. I had to get a roommate. I said, my boy Shante Spencer took me under his wing. I said, cool. So I got my little duffel bag and stayed with him at his apartment, man. And that was a blessing. He looked out for me.
Yeah, no doubt. It's not that bad having having a roommate, it's like you're not coming home to empty place. And we got some good dudes on the team. I mean, this is the only team I've been on, but I mean, we got some good guys in LA. They do a really good job bringing in the right people, and I've had fun being here with these guys.
That's good. Hey, so in high school, you had some people come out with you. What's his name? Dante. What's his last name? I don't know. I'll butcher it. DiVincenzo.
Mm-hmm.
DiVincenzo and Brian O'Neill with the Vikings.
Yeah.
So you still conversate with them guys? You still talk to them?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're close. I'm definitely closer with Brian. Dante was the class below me. But we wasn't a huge school, like 1,200 kids. So all the athletes were good friends, and it's been cool to kind of see everybody kind of develop and move on. I mean, we got a couple guys playing in like minor league baseball now. We got our soccer goalies playing in MLS. It's pretty cool to see come a long way.
Soccer goalie.
Yeah.
And you got a soccer goalie. You got a NFL player, NBA player, two NFL players, NBA. Yeah. No baseball, not yet.
Couple minor league.
Probably
minor leagues. They're coming up.
I tell you what, people sleep on Delaware, man. Delaware got some people coming out of there. Out of Delaware, period.
I mean,
go ahead.
My like span of high school, I mean, I kind of lucked out. I mean, really all of us that went and played Division I football really kind of lucked out with the talent that we had at the time. Like, I can't tell you how many times a coach would come through and be like, hey, we don't even recruit Delaware, but, we know there's a couple kids in this class. And, Chris Godwin, Pro Bowl receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucks, he was my class. He went to Middletown.
He from Delaware?
Yeah, Chris Godwin, Middletown, went to Penn State.
Really?
We had the same class there, yeah. Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Played tight end in the league for a little while. Bobby Calhoun. Did you ever play with him?
Calhoun. No. I know who that is, Calhoun. Though. Was he a running back? What?
He was I think he's playing corner for the Browns, did.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly.
We had a good amount of guys. We had a good amount of guys, really unprecedented, that got Division I shots and NFL shots following that. It kind of helped us all recruiting wise. Mm-hmm. When there's only one or two guys, sometimes they just bypass your school and the state as a whole. But there's been some good talent in recent years.
I tell you what, Chris Godwin, Calhoun, y'all guys put Delaware on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you that much. Yeah, try.
Bilal Nichols, Delaware guy. He's Hobson Votech, Delaware.
Yep.
So that's another one.
Gotta be. Man, that's dope. But I appreciate you coming on. I don't want to hold you. I know you got to get studying. You start doing your thing. But before we go, I got a commercial break. My fault. I got a commercial break.
Okay.
Here's my Tostitos. Here we go. Tostitos. This is the all-grain Tostitos, multi-grain Tostitos. Make sure you get yours because I got mine. Taste them. I bet you just can't eat one. It's better than Pringles. Trust me. It's my commercial. All right. So before I go, usually I play a game where a player who played multiple years, like 5 or better, but since you only played this only your second year, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
So we're gonna go best dressed in your locker room. Who's the funniest in your locker room? Who talks too much in your locker room? Who talks a lot? Who's the motivator in your locker room? That's what we're gonna go at. All right.
Okay.
So ready? All right, we're gonna start.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Best dress.
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got.
Who's the funniest?
Oh man. Man. I would go Greg Gaines. Not everybody finds him funny, but I think he's funny.
The quietest, I'll go with Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Quietest.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
one of the quietest for sure.
So who talks a lot? Just always talk.
Dante Dion. If you watched Hard Knocks, you know exactly who he
Yeah,
is.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He's a great dude, but he's always talking and laughing. He's a great guy.
All right, so who's the motivator?
Michael Brockers.
Brock?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. All right, but that'll do it for our time, Troy, bro. I'm glad you came on the show. Glad you showed love, and good luck this weekend. Get your studying on. Make sure you get 2 sacks or better.
Mm-hmm.
2 sacks or better.
Take it. I'll take that.
Yeah, and just lock in. Just take every one play at a time. One play at a time. The most important play in the football game is that play.
Next one.
And the next one. Yep, is the next play.
Next one. Yeah.
All right, no doubt. Hey, great
Appreciate
seeing you.
it.
No doubt. Respect. Keep grinding.
Sure. Thanks.
All right, later.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to Be a Pro podcast. I have my boy Troy Reeder on, and he remind me a lot of myself, only because he's just playing out there. He's just playing. He's just out there having fun. You see him out there, it's like see ball, get ball. He might not know what he's doing, but he's playing so hard, and you cannot question his effort, and guys like that will stick around a long time. And one thing about being a free agent, an undrafted free agent, is that he's always going to be a free agent. They're always going to bring in somebody to replace him. So long as and I already know it, he realized that he has to sustain playing at a high level at all times. He cannot slack off at any moment. And I know he won't. He just don't have it in his blood. I had a chance to speak to his pops a number of times, Dan, and they got a great family. Kobe, and he used to come in the locker room. I remember him at the football camps, and now he's in the NFL. So I'm just happy for him. He's a Delaware Blue Hen, and what more can I say? Salute to him. Just keep it going. And you know what? That'll be all for Being a Pro Pops podcast. Pops 29 out.